Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Movie Files, and we are here to do a
movie review.
If you guys have seen this movie that we're going to talk about, you kind of know what Morgan is doing there. We are here to talk about 8th grade, which we saw earlier in the week. And if this is your guys' first time tuning in, it's a non-spoiler review. We're just going to discuss some things we like, we didn't like, and give you guys a score towards the end. So, Morgan, for the people that aren't too familiar with this movie, what it's about, who was in it, why don't you inform the people?
Yeah, so 8th grade, we have an introverted teenage girl trying to survive the last week of her school year before she heads off to high school. And it's quite the bit of a blunder. So it stars Elsie Fisher as Kayla and then Josh Hamilton, who plays Kayla's dad.
And this movie is written and directed by Bo Burnham, which Morgan and I are very familiar with his work. I mean, the
it was
show
like 2013.
Right?
Zach Stone is going to be famous.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. It's a long time ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
6.
Was it 6, 2013?
5.
Yeah. She didn't go to 8th grade, if you guys haven't realized. But we are, we're big fans of Bo Burnham. We love the show. I think, as we
it
talked
was
about,
funny as hell. It got canceled. I
Yeah.
don't even think it was able to finish the first season.
And it was really funny. And we've seen his
we
stand-up
still
shows.
to this day will make references from that show.
It was pretty funny. So he wrote and directed this film, and we're just going to jump right into some positives now. I'm going to start off right as you kind of left off, who this movie starred, which was Elsie Fisher. This is my first time seeing her on a big screen. I don't know if you know of any other works of hers, but she was great.
Yeah,
I loved her sarcasm, her vulnerability, her just being an NC teen and going into high school. I just thought that she, again, to my knowledge, I don't know if she's been in any other movies, TV shows, but she was just great across the board.
I thought she killed it. She was my favorite part about the movie, hands down, my favorite.
I mean, she was the lead in this film, and again, every emotional thing that they needed from her, whether it be comedy, whether it be kind of awkward moments, or very just really awkward moments.
You were just you were rooting for her. Like you loved her.
Yeah,
if you didn't, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, and I mean, she just had so many layers to her character I just really love. But it also goes into another character that I thought did a good job. They're back and forth. It was her and her dad, played by Josh Hamilton. You really felt that it was one of those dads where he just really loved his daughter, and she was just too
a little
cool
disrespectful.
Yeah,
a little bit.
She really was. But I think we all had those times when we were younger where we thought our parents weren't the coolest or whatever the case may be.
There were definitely some funny moments.
Yeah, and I mean, some other positives too, kind of talking to this movie is not necessarily, I don't want to touch too much on the story. It's pretty simple. I mean, like Morgan said in the description, it's pretty much a week of her life. But I want to talk about, in particular, the story as far as relatability. I mean, I'm almost 30, not to age myself, but I'm wearing my 2004 8th grade shirt. But, I mean, we're just talking about just relating to this Elsie Fisher character, Kayla, being that she's in 8th grade, but yet you can find so many things to relate to in this film, which I really loved about this film. Yeah.
You know, obviously, we were in 8th grade at a different time. Life was much different.
Yeah, we didn't have these in school.
Yeah, sometimes I really forget. Obviously, we had the internet, we had Facebook, MySpace, things like that, but Snapchat, it was just funny. There was a moment in the movie where they're like, what grade were you in when you got your Snapchat? I don't even have Snapchat. I do, but I use it for filters, right? So anyway, now I'm thrown off track. So
relatability, I feel like
relatability,
even though she was in 8th grade, we can still find things in this movie.
I consider myself introverted. That's just my personality.
Yeah.
So I related to her even as
an adult. Definitely. I mean, being around big crowds, things of that nature.
Yeah. Why am I so awkward? I don't know.
I mean, like Morgan said, I mean, I'm like I have moments where I just feel, uncomfortable or feel a little nervous to introduce myself around certain people, what have you. So there was just, again, even if I'm a male, an older female that's in their mid-20s, I mean, you can relate to this character at any part in your life, which I think kind of going to how we saw the movie, it was a free screening, which I thought was pretty cool on A24 and Bo Burnham and the creators. They wanted 8th graders to see this film, which I personally think, we don't have any kids, but I would take my younger.
In the audience. So, I mean, I have a nephew. It's crazy because, the way she was acting with the attitude, I'm like, that's how he acts, and he's in the 5th grade, so it's going to get worse. But I was even thinking, for him at 5th grade, it would be a good movie for him to see.
Yeah, because there's moments in the film where you can see, I mean, we all know this 2018, there's bullying in school, there's kids that just do the most ridiculous things. But I mean, this movie took it there. I mean, it's a very funny movie, but there was one, and I don't want to go too much away, but there's a particular scene in the movie that came out of left field and was very uncomfortable.
And it's real. It's real stuff. Yeah. And it's I feel like things are just happening when kids are younger and younger. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I think it's good too for parents to bring their kids to it, not just for like kids to like go in a group, and it might be good for that, but I think it's a good way to like open conversation about what's happening, or like, you know, kids who maybe are more loners in school, and that's not a bad thing, and kind of blossoming and finding who you are. Exactly.
And I think that leads into my next positive, which was the directorial debut by Bo Burnham. I thought he did a great job with this being his first film. I think he hit, obviously, like I said, the comedy, we know him for comedy, so that landed, but the dramatic moments, the awkward moments, I thought he just did a great job. And also it's interesting because he's a male, you know, directing a young woman, and you know, and in today's society we want more female directors, especially portraying female leads, but I thought he did a good job of handling a younger girl, and displaying all the awkwardness that comes with being a girl, and the popular group and popular girls in school. So I thought that Bo Burnham, that was another positive for me, did a really good job in directing this film.
I agree.
So not every movie's perfect, and even though we really enjoyed this film, there were some negatives. I think we came to an agreement as we were driving home from the movie. There was a little bit of pacing issues, which comes with the territory with sometimes a first-time director. You know, they're getting their feet wet, and they might have done, Bo Burnham has done other productions, kind of smaller productions. This was his first big film, but there were a little bit of pacing issues.
I mean, I guess it was a week. A week's time, so maybe it's
and I don't know the runtime. I think it's definitely under 2 hours, but there were like, it was an hour and 30 minutes, so there were moments where it kind of felt the beginning, the middle, a little.
I just think the biggest thing with that, with pacing, is sometimes you come into an issue with like storytelling and being able to fully tell a story. So I think things moved a little too fast at times, or it was like, oh, next scene, oh, we're moving on.
And it's understandable. Again, an hour and a half, and this is a week in her life. But another thing that was a little bit of negative for me was there were certain characters that we got sprinkled throughout the film that I really enjoyed, that I want to see a little bit more from them, interacting with Kayla. In particular, there's this high school girl that she becomes friends with, and then there's one character, I don't want to give too much away, but I can't think of the kid's name, but they have some really good back and forth, and probably one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a year, where they have like a little gathering later in the film. But I really wanted to see a little bit more of those extra characters, those side characters, a little bit more of their story. But those are just nitpicking things to me. So I'm just gonna wrap up this video here, and I want to give our score. So I'm gonna have you go first. Out of 5, and you guys can see our description.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
4 out of 5. Gotcha.
Yeah.
For me, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this film.
These half marks, right?
Yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for me. I really enjoyed the comedy, the dramatic moments, the relatability of this film. Just the way it was shot was beautiful. The score, I really had a good time in this film. And this is another home run for A24, which we know does a great job with these indie films, and they really allow the creators to put their stamp on. So I really enjoyed this film. So I recommend you guys check it out, even if you're not you're a younger kid. I would recommend parents to take this.
It's a fun movie.
So with that being said, guys, that's our review. Check out some other content that we have on our channel here. We just started doing trailer reactions, so I'm gonna get more going to do here pretty soon. We got a lot of reviews on our channel, as well as unboxing videos, so definitely check that out. Like this video, share this video, and then keep an eye out for some other content coming pretty soon. Black Klansman, Infinity Wars coming out pretty soon for home release, so definitely keep an eye out for that. So again, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to end this video
Gucci.
on a Gucci note. You guys take care, and we'll see you on the next video.